rogue group of Russian ultranationalists are threatening to launch a missile at Japan from a secret site in the Kuril Islands. One and possibly two Oscar II class submarines are in the area and will retaliate against the SAG if they launch strike missiles. Localize the Oscars to an area of uncertainty. Check your message traffic for updated intel. Strike is at 1400. Take them approximately 30 minutes to receive firing permission and targeting information. I have to engage Oscars launching cruise missiles, but ones that do not engage ones that do not launch. Okay. Look at this loadout. 7 Mark 48s and a UUV. Looks pretty good to me. Might as well. I'm just gonna throw some TLAMs in there. Why not? It's always good to have a contingency if you need it. All right, let's get to it then. I hope truth is not turned on. I don't think it is, but don't look. Don't look until I tell you to look, in case truth is turned on. Oh, I'm squinting my eyes to make sure it's not turned on. No, we're good. Oh, I remember this. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. Have I played this mission translated into Dangerous Waters? This looks very familiar. Not sure. Let me turn Subcommand's volume down a little bit so it's not overwhelming here. Alrighty. Let's see, what do we got? Full scope on the starboard towed array, very well. Let's see. Okay, we got our 49, 5 north, 165 east. Yeah, it's centered on that, alright. So here's our SOSUS area for the Oscars. Guess we need to head up that way. How far is it? It's pretty far. We have a layer at 1187 feet. I'm at 70 feet. Good lord, dude. Get down there. Oh, man. Subcommand. Been playing some, been doing the RA recently, if you've been following, and, yeah, this looks like crap. Alright, let's make our depth 1250 feet. Or we'll just do 1270. It's just easier to order that. We'll go down to 1270.
1, 2, 7,
and we're going to try and actually boogie it, because the strikes are starting now. They're starting now. We have half an hour to find and eliminate targets. Like, we got to get moving. We got to get boogieing.
All back 2/3.
No, not all back 2/3. No, stop. All head 2/3. Accidentally pressed a button there. Alright. Let's see. So it is crunch time right now, ladies and germs. We have potential Oscars getting ready to launch. Where are my baffles? Let me see the azimuthal display on Russian subs. Toad. Okay. Guess I might as well start a toad search. Let's see. Looks pretty clear. Oh, what is that? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Frequency scale, zoom that in. This is a 60, so this is our group. Don't care about that. That's our group. Let's see. I do not have my frequency sheet at the ready, but that's fine. Okay, all we're seeing right now is the group, so we need to get boogie in. We need to get in this area. I'm going to turn and clear the toad baffles here a little bit.
302. Hell my.
Need to try and see if there isn't anyone. I mean, if they're just hanging out, they're not going to be making a lot of noise. This is a toughie. So we're trying to get down deep. I'm probably going to try and flank to get into this SOSUS area real quick. I'm not sure if I'm not even going to be able to hear them if they launch a missile. This isn't RA. There aren't underwater missile launches in this game.
Steady on course.
Let's bring this in a little bit. We don't need that much scope out. Oh god, this is going to be tough. Oh good lord. Okay. How long is it going to take for this toad to straighten out here? I'm not going to do any time lapse in the stream. We're just going to go with it. Going to do real time. It's good, it's good. Stop. Unless, of course, you all want some time lapse eventually, but we don't need that right now just yet. Oh, hello, 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 hello. We got ourselves a contact.
Con sonar. I have a new contact.
This seems to be a real one too, because it's not the signal's staying pretty constant. So this, I don't think this is a reciprocal. Let's see. So we got ourselves a potential one. I'm going to go ahead and get a tube queued up. Just get that flooded and equalized. Keep that at the ready. That's a good tip for multiplayer. Always keep a tube flooded and equalized, ready to go. Never know when you're going to need it. So we got ourselves Sierra 1. Seems like a potential good contact. I'm going to reorder the depth change, because if you do it at a different speed, they will change their angle of dive, so we can dive a little faster here. As you can see, I ordered it again, and now our angle is increasing a lot. So we'll do that, try and get down here quick, so I can try and boogie into position. Get ready to launch at some Oscars here. So we can't launch on them until they've launched a missile. So that is our constraint right now. That right there are our rules of engagement. Your tasking is to engage any Oscar launching cruise missiles against the SAG. Do not engage an Oscar that does not launch an attack. So we're going to have to find, it sounds like there was 2 Oscars. Possibly 2. So this could potentially be the only Oscar we're seeing. Oh, we're seeing another one. We are seeing another one. Let's see. Okay, so I know this one right here is not it, because this is the reciprocal of this. And we know this one is real. We've already established that. Oh god, subcommand doesn't give you the bearing. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm marking all of them, and we're going to do a turn. We're going to do a turn, because I'm losing my mind here as to which of these is real. Alright, what's going on? Why do I have 5 here all of a sudden? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got a bearing of 8. Okay, so we got these here. Then what is this? Oh, this is a reciprocal of that. So I'm fairly certain this is not 1. Sierra 5 seems to be a. That angle seems a little steep, but I think that's what that is. What is Sierra 3? What bearing is that? Why am I seeing 5? That's what I wanted. Why am I seeing 5 right now? Okay, that's that guy. Oh, and then there's that too. Oh, damn! I'm seeing 5 submarines right now, man. Okay, let's change our course a little bit. Let's go this way. Let's do this. Do this real quick. Try and sort out who these reciprocals are. We have up to 24 minutes until they decide to start launching shipwrecks. So we need to hurry up and get this over with. Need to figure out who is real and who is not. Okay, so yeah, see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not have trackers on all. Okay, these, as you can see here, you got this little tail off that goes here as the turn came through. So these are reciprocals. Both of these are reciprocals. So I'm just not even going to deal. Getting rid of Sierra 2 and Sierra 5 right now. Drop. Drop. These are all our real contacts right here. And there's something there as well. What is that? That's a 60. 6160. That's probably a frigate or something. So these are our contacts of interest. Give me a tracker on that. Wrap lock. Too far for WAA. We are now beneath the layer. Let us run flank. And we need to get up here to bring the toad in. Oh god, we need to get up here and get ready to get in position for these guys. I don't want to go too far. I don't want them to like hear me that much and get the upper hand on me. That would not be good. But we need to get some better positioning here. Even if they start launching, we don't need a rock solid solution. Just to get them running and keep them from launching more missiles is sufficient. If we can get them running, we can move further up and try and get better solutions on them in the process. Wow, that came in quick. That's what she said. Okay, does that even make sense? I don't even think that makes sense, but we'll go with it. I like to turn my history on to see where I've been, what I've been doing, where I've been, where I'm going. Sierra 1. Oh, let's assume a speed of 5 knots. That seems like a very appropriate sub-command speed here. Can I drag you? Can I drag? Okay, zoom. Where's this? Oh, we have to go back to zoom in. Oh god, it's been a while since I've done the Seawolf and sub-command here. This is a adventure. No, I told you to hold that speed constant, please. 5 knots, hold constant. We don't really have enough data to discern this, but if it is constant course and speed at 5 knots, right around here, seems to be pretty decent for that. Classify contact. Oscar 2, confidence medium, threat. Хорошо. Alright, we got Sierra 3. Any 2 points makes a straight line, so I'm not sure about this guy. 5 knots, we can get something preliminary. Something preliminary in here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, that's all it could be. We'll go with that preliminarily. No, that doesn't seem right. Who knows? Who knows? We'll just go with something preliminarily. Something that just puts it inside that little box, nice and neat. That's good enough. We'll stick with that for now. Sierra 4. What do we got? Oh, Sierra 4. So the good thing about subcommand is you don't get wonky towed data while you're turning. You do get that in dangerous waters. Which is why I'm not usually the biggest fan of the toad, because you get wonky towed data. So now the question is, coming towards or heading away? We'll just go with this. If it was heading away... If heading away, it would be something more like, no, I want you to rotate. Is that the best you can do for rotation? Okay, that's weird. We'll go with that. Just something inside this circle. 3 Oscar 2s, is that possible? I mean, anything's possible. Is it probable? That is the real question to ask. Okay. We are moving up into position. Oh, how y'all doing out there? You getting as stressed as I am? Because these guys are going to be launching any second now. And we are horribly out of position. Yeah, that sounds like they could work another day. I'd hate to come out of this flank run and be like, oh, torpedo in the water. You have stuff heading your way. Ugh. Just trying to get up here into position. 34 knots. Yeah, that's still pretty fast, but I feel like in dangerous waters it's definitely faster than that. All ahead flank.
All ahead flank. Helm aye.
Maybe ordering at a deeper depth could squeeze a few more knots out of it. Doesn't seem like it. Interesting. Because I feel like in dangerous waters, they model is 37. I'm not sure if that's... I don't know what's the real number here. 37, 34, whatever. I saw a documentary on the Seawolf where the first crew doing sea trials reported a top speed that surprised them so much that the engineers designing the sub said it was not even possible. So take that as you will. I'm not sure what kind of speed that implies. I'm assuming a north of 35 knots is what that kind of speed implies. But who knows for certain. Okay, let me make Sierra 3 a little more sane to something a little more agreeable. I guess these guys could potentially face anyway when they launch their shipwreck. They don't need to potentially face towards the fleet. Is that really the best it can do in terms... Okay, it wants to rotate on the top and not the bottom. That's weird. You're so weird, sub-command. Yeah, we'll go with that. Classify contact. Oscar 2. Confidence medium. Sure. We're dealing with Ruskies around here. God, this model is crap. I was just playing as an Oscar 2 in RA multiplayer earlier today, and this model looks like crap. Looks awful. Alright, we are getting within 10,000 yards of a lot of these contacts here. Getting close to being at like 10,000 yards. So I'm going to can this flank run. Let's come all ahead to 1/3. Let's go due east.
Come right to course 0,
and let's
7,
get
9,
up there.
Helm aye.
Make my depth.
Let's get this
0, 7, 9.
Let's get this toad out here.
The starboard towed array.
See
Helm
what we
aye.
got going on. as we come up shallow. We're going to have a crazy angle because, of course, I ordered this one. I was at a high speed, but that's fine. Get us up here even quicker. We did broach the layer going pretty fast, but we're not making turns for such a speed. We're only that's only flow noise. Alrighty. Let's see if we don't have any more data on these guys. Display signature. Victor 3. Oh, I need a frequency sheet. Victor 3, you call it. Has anyone ever figured out where that quote is from? Have I said it? It's from James Bond, The World's Not Enough. So we do have a Victor 3. The Oscar 2 has a 320 second frequency. That is the reciprocal of the Victor. So the Victor was this one. Or this one. The Victor was this one. Or this one. This one. That one. Oh, let's see. Okay, here. This is this guy. This is this guy who seems to be making a lot of... He seems to be making holes in the water here. I should have all these guys on here. Trachea review. There's no way to like push a button. Okay. They all have a TPK of 7. That is for certain. So we are looking at Sierra 1 with a speed of 4 knots. So Sierra 1 has a speed of 4 knots. 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. If we're assuming a course of due north for now, we'll do that. Sierra 4 is Victor. Oh, we don't need that much slack out. Come on. It goes so quick in subcommand, so quick. Okay, so we got... Sorry if you have epilepsy, I'm going kind of crazy here. Tracker review, Sierra 4. Sierra 4 is also going 5 knots. Sierra 4 is going 5 knots, but very close aboard. Classified contact, Victor 3, you call it. Confidence high, threat. So there's an escort. They got themselves an escort. Very well. Let's get more tubes prepped here for launch. We're on a strictly defensive posture right now, so we got 7 lines here. We're very close aboard. This guy's probably a lot closer in than I think. Sierra 4 here. Let's see. Sierra 4 is 5 knots. Is there any way this fits without like a course change? Looks to be maybe around here. Zoom in. You can't use the scroll wheel to zoom in, and it's so silly. Okay. Subcommand opponents are not particularly complicated, so assuming a constant course is a fairly good assumption. Who did I just... Oh, Sierra 3? I thought I was filling with Sierra 4. God, come on, man. What is Sierra 3 doing in terms of speed? No. Tracker review. Okay, so our 2 Oscars are going 4 knots for what it's worth. Let me update that then. 4 knots. Long time coming. Is that 4 now? 4 knots? Let's see. Give me the 20 minute. Why am I looking at the 10 minute? Give me the 20 minute. Let's see. Do that, sure. Sierra 4. So Sierra 4 is going for certain 5 knots. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. All right. Well, let us pause this and let's get to the task at hand of finishing up a subcommand Akula campaign here, shall we? Oh, I'm just getting into this too. Ooh, we'll come back to it. We will come back. All right. This is our current state of affairs. We got a Victor 3, run an escort, and then we got 2 Akulas, 2 Oscars that are ready to launch their missiles at our group, wherever, somewhere around here, wherever they are. So let us save this and exit. Oscar 2 SAG attack. Sure. Save it as that. And let's get back to the task at hand. For those newcomers, we got our Tycons are launching missiles against this site here, SSM site. We have Oscars in the area ready to retaliate, starting at 1400, and as late as 1430 they will get missiles off, and we are to engage whoever launches missiles. which is going to be tricky to figure out because Subcommand doesn't really have an in-game way of determining who launches missiles. So how do they define that again? Your tasking is to engage any Oscar launching cruise missiles. So does that mean they want us to be at like Periscope depth to see who's launching cruise missiles? That is a good question. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, God, letting out too much. The toad goes so quickly. Okay. Now it seems to be going rather slowly. God damn it. God damn it. Trying to get that toad out. So, as we left, I was doing this before 9 o'clock, but when we finished off the subcommand stuff, we got an Oscar this way, Oscar this way. These are very preliminary solutions. And we also have a Victor 3 running escort on these guys. So we are... they started the mission out at 1400, so, you know, we're in crunch time here. They're going to be launching any second now if they do retaliate. Ugh, so we're letting this toad out. I feel like I should get the Periscope depth to be able to potentially see missile launches, because I don't really have a way of knowing missile launches in subcommand here. This would be an interesting mission to translate into RA. This would be good for RA, because you can actually see missile launches in RA. You get like quote unquote TIWs about that, which stands for torpedo in the water. Excuse me. Ugh. All right, let's get the Periscope depth.
Make my depth 070 feet. Dive
Seas seem pretty calm, so I think we should be fine. We'll get a decent bit of toad slack out here. Did something just change? No. Okay. Very well. On this one, I will not be doing time lapse. I'll just be going with it. So I got 2 tubes that are flooded. So we're ready to open doors and potentially return fire or engage if possible. At this point, our solutions don't have to be perfect. We just need to launch down bearings and get these boats to potentially, you know, be like, holy crap, someone's shooting, and just get them to run. Because as long as they're running, they're not shooting missiles. That's all that really matters for us at this point. We're just trying to keep them preoccupied. It would be ideal to actually know what they're doing. Oh god, it's been so long since I've looked at a waterfall. It's been so long. It's so glorious to look at a waterfall. Okay. So we got Oscar, Victor, Oscar. The Victor is oh, we got some WAA, very well. 13,440, which is close to what we had, Sierra 4. WAA is, of course, an amazing thing as well, so bring that in. Looks like we have a course change then at some point, going due east. Who else do we have WAA on? Anyone? This other Oscar, 15,000 yards, Sierra 3. So bring that up to 15,000 yards. WAA, for those of you not aware, is wide aperture array. It is it's able to pinpoint the distance of submerged contacts or any contact by using these panels here. So they each detect the sound of this contact we're tracking, and by getting 3 different bearings, they can triangulate the contact, and you're able to get this WAA range. So what you can do is you can do wrap lock, rapid localization. This sends the range to the TMA, and you can look at the TMA to see what kind of range you got. I kind of just tend to look at it on the fly on the broadband screen here, but so we got some pretty good solutions on some enemy subs here. So once you know range, you're pretty much golden. If you know range, you can pretty much get everything else, and you got speed as well. Because subcommand's finicky, you can get demon data before you even see anyone on the broadband. But we do see them on the broadband, so we're not really cheating it. We can actually get demon data because we're seeing them on the broadband. Sierra 1 seems to be a lot further off because we're not getting any WAA on that. So this solution seems to be more valid because we aren't getting WAA, which would imply, you know, being kind of far off there. Probably a different course. We already found out that the speed is 4 knots, so something like that is probably what we got going on. We're slowly but surely coming up to periscope depth. I just want to be able to make sure I can see missiles, because I'm not going to be able to tell who's retaliating at this point. But trying to say you just have to shoot at the boats that are only shooting missiles seems to be a very stretchy kind of goal. It's like, yo, if one of them starts shooting missiles, like, I'm just going to start shooting all of them. They're all in it together. They're all within like 5 nautical miles of each other. Like, give me a break. Kill Victor 3 SSN 299 is a non-critical objective. Interesting. Very well. Okay. How's everyone doing? I noticed a few people have actually left the stream, so I guess they wanted to see that sub-command epilogue there. This is the one I was honestly looking more forward to playing, because that sub-command X egress was a little mundane, if I say so myself. Oh, this is a long climb. It's a long climb indeed. Okay. We're not playing RA, so we don't get bearing updates every 2 minutes, just every 1 minute, which is fine. That works. Not the bad. Not the bad. How's that WAA holding? Around 15,000 yards, still very good. 13,500 yards, still holding up. So they both seem to be heading kind of due east. Very well. Okay. Coming up to periscope depth. Very well. Man, this is a long climb. Where did we start out from? Like 651? I guess that makes sense. We're going 5 knots. Not using ballast tanks. Okay. Yeah, there's our Victor. You got the 360 there from the stock frequency. I'm seeing a conflict rate. So I'm seeing the 5125, which is this is the Oscar. And then I'm seeing the 6160. And who's this this is the Oscar too, this 320. So the group I'm assuming is like Tycons and Burks, and their third frequency is, 395 and up. So we're seeing the 3 frequencies of the Oscar 2 here, and 2 frequencies of the Tycon. Or if we zoom this frequency scale out, it could be a Burke. No, we're just seeing the 2, so could be a Burke, could be a Tycon. Not sure yet. Doesn't really matter. Getting to the periscope depth. There's 4 minutes till this like deadline of getting targeting information and ROE updates as outlined in the brief here. Check your message traffic for updated intel. Ew, I've been meaning to do that. Oops. We're up here. This might be sufficient for floating wire. Let's can this climb at 200 feet.
Make my depth 200 feet.
And then we'll draw back to 3 knots so we can get this floating wire up.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering eye.
And then we'll see if we got some updated intel. I'm just gonna start streaming it now. Still got a few feet to go, but it should be fine. Coming out the back of the sail here. Well, let's see. Leveling out. Got our enemy. Got our enemies. Got our adversaries. Enemy is such a loaded word. It always implies, good versus evil, when it's never usually as black and white as that. It's usually just one interest against another. Okay. Ooh, that floating wire is coming out quick. Oh, it's not as long as an RA. We might not be able to get to the surface here. Let's go 2 knots.
Make turns for 2 knots.
This should pop up more. This might not be enough. If you can barely see it, there's the wire right there. We'll let all this out and see if that see if that's sufficient to someone get some comms here. Trying to cancel from getting to periscope, but at this point it seems like we might have to. It's not really getting up there, but we still got some length to let out. I guess it was coming out faster at higher speeds. That makes sense. That's, you know, that's believable. Okay. Oh, it's really starting to kick up now. Look at that. It's starting to finally get to the surface. Is that gonna be sufficient? I don't know. Pretty wise distinction or wide distinction? Both of those work. So I'm gonna wait to see what you say. Command modern air. Oh, me and a friend were just talking about that today and how it costs $80. I like the tactical control of a single ship. Don't really care for fleet control. This isn't working. We're going up to periscope depth here. Bring this in.
Make turns for 5
I don't care if this thing gets
maneuvering
chopped
aye.
off. It's like useless in sub command. We're going to periscope depth.
Dive aye.
Oh, is that robot sad face for the $80 there? I tried Naval Warfare Arctic Circle or whatever, and it was cool for like a few minutes, but I was kind of like, eh. An Oscar missile attack is originating on the bearing of approximately 040. 040, fire. Fire 1. Fire 1, 040. Where's that information coming from? I do not know. Do not care. Snapshot. No, we don't need a snapshot. We got ourselves a solution. Assign a tube 1. Presets. Warm up the weapons. 10,000. Let's make that 15. Do 17,000 yards. Depth 200. Do depth 400. Ceiling 20. Make sure it doesn't hit anyone. Do 2,000. As deep as it can go. And let's get this torp out the door. Got an Oscar attack. 040 initiated fire.
1. Aye, sir.
We might get some counter shots here from enemy subs. Let's get other tubes ready to go. Let's get other tubes flooded. Just in case we need to get some more counter shots out here against enemy targets. So we got one torp away, one torp is away. They kind of did just wait till the 1430 kind of thing. So we got a torp running. This guy, we should expect him to juice it up soon. CR3 is juicing it up. CR3 is going 10 knots. Tracker review. CR4 is chilling like a villain. That's our Victor 3. And CR1 is also chilling like a villain at 5 knots now. He was going 4 knots, now going 5. Which is interesting. CR1. 5 knots, increased speed. Thank you very much. Takes a little bit to update. I want to fit it to this data, but that's 4 knot data, so let's just do that. Very well. Tracker review. CR3. Going 10 knots. Interesting. I don't know how long CR3's been doing 10 knots. We got transients. Has CR4 juiced it up? CR4 may have juiced it up. CR4 has juiced it up. CR4 is going faster. We got some transients here. No WAA. We got WA on the Victor of 13 meters, 13 kiloyards, whatever. This needs to come a little more like this. Let's just what did he increase his speed to? Was that oh, he's kind of up in 11 knots. Enter that solution right there. We'll stay with that. Assuming this kind of due east solution, we'll go with that. How's CR1 looking? CR1's oblivious to anything. We got a Mark 48 heading out that way. Let's get our radio antenna up. Oh my God! USS Curtis Wilbur has been sunk. Jesus. Okay. Wow. New traffic received. Intercepted from Bear J. Early warning aircraft. Expect immediate missile attack on U.S. Surface Action Group. The bearings from you to the intercepted Oscars is approximately 330 and 030 degrees true. Very well. Yeah, I got that. I got that as much. Let's see. Attack imminent. Is that sufficient to launch on this Oscar? Okay, we'll get rid of this. Go back down. Take her down. Take her down. Get down there, Latte. Take her down. Need to get some acuity back. Hard to see anything with its periscope depth. Okay, what do we got? Speed. Sierra 1 starting to finally kick it into gear. Very well. Sierra 3 still 10 knots. Sierra 4 15 knots. Sierra 4 is making some holes in the water. Making some holes in the water. Let's bring them up. Okay. WAA. We got countermeasures. Seems to be kind of coming this way, which is interesting. Let's see, Sierra 3. What do we got here? Any WAA? No. Too distant contact. Probably submerged. That's my torp. Okay, very well. Get deep. Get deep. We need to get some sonar acuity up in here. Let's go all ahead. 2/3.
All ahead 2/3. Helm aye.
Try and up this dive rate a little quicker. I'll reorder this dive depth that we did here. We'll do 534.
Make my depth
Get a steeper
5,
inclination
3,
on the dive
4
here.
feet. Dive
I will be right back. Alrighty. Let's get back to it here. Okay. Torps are out the door. Sierra 4 is probably, you know, like juicing it up because it's like, holy shit. Looks like it's coming my way. Oh, yeah, Sierra. Oh, he was going faster. Now he's kind of pulling it back. Might expect a counter shot from him. Sierra 1. Going 10 knots. Still kind of not really taking life too seriously. Sierra 3. Excuse me. Going 10 knots as well. Very well. Alrighty. Oh, let's I want to get in there, but I don't want to like lose my ability to see them through the toad. Don't really want this much length out. I have to pay attention to that. Oh, I missed the azimuthal, just being able to see the... Do I really lose that much acuity just by going 10 knots on the TB-24? That's interesting. Okay, well then draw it back to 7 knots because I can't see shit.
Make turns for 7 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Let's see here. Let's switch back.
Come left to course 284.
Let us switch back here. I know that the TB-24 is supposed to be more sensitive than the TB-16, but
Make turns
it
for
definitely
5 knots.
doesn't wash
Maneuvering
out
aye.
until, like, you know, maybe 13 knots in dangerous waters. So, you know, just differences in games. Okay, that passive countermeasure just took a dump. It's gone now. So that quote-unquote transient was a passive countermeasure. Not sure what that transient is. It might have been the Oscar speeding up or something like that. Is Sierra 1 freaking out yet? Okay, Sierra 4 is back down. Whoa, 3 knots. Wow, he's really like chilling like a villain, going slow. Might expect a counter shot from him at some point. Yeah, I already knew about that. Comsa pack. Usually see Comsa bland, so nice to see Comsa pack there. Okay, so we got full acuity back, so yeah, the TB-24 does wash out pretty early in sub-command then. Seems like almost anything above 5 knots makes it pretty bad. Oh, we have WAA on Sierra 3. No, we always did. It was around 14,000 yards. A little closer in. Oh, how fast is he going? Sierra 3 is going 10 knots. 10 knots. Oh, let's see. It was more like around here. Yeah, that looks good. Enter that. Print that. Let's put some. Like, it's nice to put histories up on tracks. See where they've been, what they've been doing. Got the one torp heading out to Sierra 1. Sierra 4 is kind of watching it fly by right now. Sierra 3. We're not getting any demon. Oh, he's in the baffles.
Steady on course.
As the toad is turning.
284.
Toad is turning right now. Man, they sunk a Burke. Feel really bad about that. They sunk a oh, they sunk another one. God damn. Did they tell me about that? Yeah, they did. Shit, dude. Alright, I don't even care. I'm launching torps against everyone. Everyone's getting a torp. You get a torp. You get a torp. Everyone gets a brand new torp. Open the door. Open the door. Get them out. I don't care. Fire. RTE 10,000 yards. Is that good? That's good for me. Yeah. Just make sure it's deep enough. Don't want them to dive underneath the torp. Yeah, just make sure it's deep enough. Yeah, get them out. Fire.
Launch tube 2. Aye, sir.
Fire.
Launch tube
Get
3.
torps out
Aye,
here.
sir.
I don't care. Everyone's dying. They're all dying. They sunk 2 frickin' ships.
Sonar.
God, get them out there.
Running normally.
Get them out. I don't care. Of course, I brought the toad back
Stream
in.
the starboard
God,
towed array. Helm on.
this is such a conundrum. I don't know why. I always forget if I'm manipulating the toad. Ugh, I always forget. Everyone gets a torp. You get a torp. You get a torp. Everyone gets a brand new torp. Okay, I have not updated Sierra 1's solution in a bit. Let's try and get to that. We got ourselves a 10 knot here. 10 knot on Sierra 1. Looks like probably change course to interesting. Okay. Sure. We still have wires on everyone. No, this should not have gone active yet. Really? It went active? Well, it's locked on. Seems to be locked on. Go for it. Okay. Everyone gets a torp. Everyone gets a torp because 2 of my ships got sunk. God damn it. I still would be really curious to see how Aegis would perform against shipwrecks because I've never seen anything to. I mean, you know, not much stuff even suggests such a combination exists. You know what I mean? Like, no one in the Navy talks about how shipwrecks exist or like these Russian supersonic enormous cruise missiles exist. But you know, you gotta imagine that's why Aegis was invented, to try and handle that kind of thing. And Aegis is very formidable, but you never know. You just never. It's all classified. You don't get exposure to that kind of thing. But I would be curious to see how they think Aegis will perform. At least I don't know how you actually test such a thing. I guess there's never really actually been like a real world test of it, but probably stuff that comes close or whatever. Oh, it's been a while since I've really been dealing with, you know, conventional torps. Used to squall torpedoes and then the Kula. I've decided I'm going to start just calling them squalls because that's what it translates to English. Squalls, squall. Just going to start calling them squalls. Squall torpedoes. Good torpedoes. Oh shit. That Oscar was a lot closer in than I thought.
Lost the wire. 2-1.
Wow. Okay, well I'm glad it enabled when it did because we got ourselves a hit. Got ourselves a hit. Alright. Sheer dumb luck. Very well. Let's see what Sierra 3 and Sierra 4 are up to. And go ahead and drop Sierra 1. That guy doesn't mean anything anymore. Sierra 4. Sierra 3, 10 knots. Sierra 4, 15 knots. We got potential for demon data. 13, 6, 10 on Sierra 4. 13, 6, 10. I'm assuming probably running away. Oh, running away, Come back here, you yellow bastards, and get what's coming to you. I'll bite your legs off. Alright, come this way. Come due north here. Lots of noisemakers. That's a torp. That's a torp that's going in the wrong direction, is what that is. That's another torp. The water's saturated. Can't really see much right now. Select tracks here. 3, 10 knots. 10 knots. Got WAA on the torp. I want WA on the track. Not gonna get it. Gotta wait for this water to clear up here. Let's go all ahead standard.
All ahead standard. Hell am I.
While we got water saturation, we can turn real quick. It'll come back to the east. Alright, we're good. Let's come
right
back
to
this
course
way.
0, 5, 1. Hell am I.
Turn back real quick here, and then we'll come out of this this speed. We'll come back to 5 knots here as soon as we quit this turn. How's everyone hanging in there? Haven't heard from anyone in a bit. Just making sure y'all guys are good.
Steady on course.
Enjoying
0,
what's
5,
going on.
1.
Let's
Hell am I.
go all ahead 1/3.
All ahead 1/3. Hell am I.
Very well. We got torps coming out quick. Torp, you can be enabled. Are you snaking? Very well. Glad to hear it. Doesn't look like a snake to me. Looks like it's locked on. My data would suggest otherwise about Sierra 3, but could be closer in than I thought. Trust the Torp. The Torp is out there. The Torp is seeing Sierra 4. How we doing? Seems to be pretty good. I think I'm getting WAA on this countermeasure and nothing else. So I don't think I should try and convince myself that I'm getting WAA on the Victor. I'm getting WAA on the countermeasure. Which is fun, I guess. Okay, so let's see, 13.1. I keep thinking it's in terms of meters, it's yards. So the conversion in nautical miles is not as straightforward. 13,160 yards to NMI. I'm doing Google conversion. That's 6.5 nautical miles. So the active count, whatever countermeasure is, like, it's right there. And we got our Victor running away. This is active. Seems to be locked onto something. What's it locked onto? Okay, this Torp is locked onto something as well. What do we got? Sierra 4 is chilling. Not sure what this Torp is locked onto. But Sierra 4 seems to be... Okay, we're getting some more data. Pre-enable. I'm gonna go ahead and say pre-enable. I'm gonna try and wait till it gets past this countermeasure here. This Torp seems to be about ready to land home on a Sierra 3. Okay, yeah, see Sierra 4 is speeding back up. That's a good sign. Sierra 3 is going flank, 31 knots, 32 knots. I'm not expecting a hit right there. I'm not sure where Sierra 3 actually is right now, but going 31 knots, wherever it is. The water has cleared out. That's the Torp range. Not sure where this sub is. It's somewhere out there, but I can't see it because my Torp is in the way, which is a shame. And we're coming back across to the Toad, you know, is straightening out again. Oh, Toad's coming back. Coming. Oh, of course, there's too much length out. Typical. God damn it! Always too much length out. Okay, we see this Torp seems to be past the countermeasure field. Turn it on. And let's see what we get. That looks very good. That looks like what I should expect. Torp 3, definitely locked onto something. It's always good to see the history, see what it's doing. The Torp on Sierra 3 definitely seems to be locked onto something here. Let's see. Back, let's zoom it out. We're expecting to come into Portland in 3 hours here. Temperatures of 68 degrees on the ground. Winds out of the west-southwest at 10 knots. I don't know why I decided to go with indescript airplane pilot voice right there, but it felt like it. Seemed like it was good at the time. Okay. I'm assuming Sierra 4 is probably going flank at this point. No, it's still going just 15 knots. Okay. That's probably pretty decently accurate. Torp's coming in hot. You know, we got 40 knot speed of closure here. 40 knot speed of advance, if you will. Whatever you call it. 14,110 yards. The conversion from yards to nautical miles is not as straightforward as Well, it's divided by 2. It's divided by 2,000. I already established that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not straightforward. So this torch should be coming in hot any second now. I'm expecting an impact soon, shortly. Rather shortly. Let's see. Seems to have a boom. There you go.
Sonar.
Mission cannot be completed. I've attacked the wrong Oscar. God damn it. Of course. Of course. Of course. You're supposed to distinguish between Oscars even when both of your ships get sunk. And it's all a clusterfuck. It's an act of war. Of course. Of course. Okay. I'll drop that. Let's see if we at least get a hit on this Victor here. Boom. Yeah, we did. Okay, cool.
Lost the wire.
Well, very good. We got a mission incomplete, you know, for attacking the enemies that attacked our fleet. Okay, very well. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm gonna stop here. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys next time in Reinforce Alert. As we do Sakhalin Strait, finish that one off. And then the next missions, whatever comes next. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And as always, good hunting. Might as well check out the replay, shouldn't we? Put it on 16 times speed and show truth. Speed it up. If you want to check out the replay, feel free to stay around, but you can head out if you so desire.